So let's talk about this. Blade has been delayed again to 2026. At this point, Mr. Ali, get your stuff, pack your shit, get out of this contract because this is becoming a joke at this point. This is becoming the new Flash. This film has been delayed as just about as much as the Flash has. And it's weird. Ali was cast in 2019, and he was in his late 40s, which I thought he was too old for the role anyway. People were like, oh, well, Hollywood with the makeup. I said, all right, yeah, well, we'll see. Here we are now. The man he's 50. So what, he's not going to play this role till he's 60? It's not looking good. He's too old, so that means he got to use a lot of stunt double. We already knew that the stunt doubles were going to be used. The reason that Blade was so loved was Wesley Snipes didn't use that much stunt doubles because Wesley Snipes was a bad ass. So he didn't have to use that much stunt double. And even if they did, you barely notice it. But now, Ali's older now. He probably can't do like he did back when he was in his you can't fight Mother Nature. That's all I got to say. You can't fight it. And Ali knows that. And this is not doing him any service. This film has been through multiple rewrites. We read the script that the film was supposed to focus on some other female character, focus on his daughter, not him. He was supposed to be not the main character, but the fourth character in his own film. This is a reboot, mind you. So he hasn't had a film since 2004. We're going on over how many decades? And he's not the main character? How did that work in Trinity? Oh, yeah, that's right. It didn't work because everybody hated that film, and he wasn't the main character in that one. If I was Ali, I'd be annoyed. I'd be annoyed as a motherfucker because it's like, yo, I signed up in 2019. My film won't cost but a nickel to y'all. Make it, let's get it done, and we can move on. The reason that the film is not being made because plans are changing. The reason that the Fantastic Four was announced really fast because they're bringing in Dr. Doom. Kang the Conqueror is done. They're done with Kang the Conqueror. They're not doing him no more. When they announced the Fantastic Four casting, that's when I knew that. I said, yeah, they are changing. They are pivoting like a motherfucker. Kang the Conqueror is done. They are no longer doing the Kang Dynasty. If they do, it's going to be like in some offshoot version of it, and they're going to put it in like one film, and they're not gonna make it an Avengers film. They're gonna probably just make it a one film thing with a character. I wouldn't be surprised they do it with either a Captain America or a Hulk or something. They're just gonna wrap that shit up. They're not gonna take the time to put him in Kang the Dynasty, which I can't blame them. With that being around, having the film be a PG-13, not an R rating, which is fans have told you before, you can never make Blade a PG-13 film. It just doesn't work. An R rating film works because at the end of the day, people know when you do Blade as a R rating, you get a lot more mileage out of it than a PG-13 rating. And ever since Wesley Snipes did it, you can't try to downgrade it. You had to keep it at same level. Hell, look at Logan. When Wolverine finally went full rated R, people loved that. And now, guess what? He's back in rated R. Now, granted, I don't think it's going to be as brutal as Deadpool's not going to be as brutal as Logan, because pretty much Deadpool is going to be more comical with those jokes and farts and all that shit and gags and all that crazy sexual. That's why they get the R rating. So yeah. But overall, this has been bad. If I was Ali, I would pack my shit and go, because this is disrespecting him. He's sitting there waiting. He could have been taking multiple other roles, but he can't really do anything because, again, I know Marvel signed him to a contract. So let's say DC had the money to bring him in to do a Green Lantern. He can't do it. Not saying I would do it anyway, because Warner Brothers ain't worth a shit, but I'm just saying he can't do nothing. Or he can't go and do other movies. Like, let's say he wants to do a Fast and the Furious. He may not be able to because he's contractable. He's on a contract to do a damn Blade movie, but it keeps getting fucking delayed, so he can't really do anything, so he has to pass up on other movies. Man, I don't care what the money Marvel paid me. I'll be like, nah, fuck this. I got to do other movies. Because you're only getting older. He's getting older. So he's like, yeah, I got to do these other movies. Because he could have played a villain in damn Fast and the Furious. He can't do that shit because he's contractable. He's got a contract to do Marvel. So it's like, and it can't be, he can't just do a Universal Fast and Furious movie and not do a, and that's the same. That's why a lot of people say they hate doing Marvel films, because they contracted to do these films first before they do anything else. You know, and then since they got the House of Mouse behind them, you can't really want to fight them in damn lawsuits. So it's, like I said, at this point, don't do it. I mean, if you can't do Blade right, then don't do it at all. Honestly, at this point, they might have to do like they did in Civil War. Bring him into a movie, see how fans like him in a movie, and then pivot to let him have his own movie. So, example, let's say Blade comes in the next film they do. I figure out a way to incorporate Blade into a film. Not no fucking Eternals voiceover. Fuck that shit. Let him come to a film, have some screen presence like they did with Black Panther and Civil War, and then take it from there. When they put Black Panther in Civil War, how you think the film made $1 billion? You think it made $1 billion because, oh yeah, fans just thought about, they wanted to see the first black superhero? No. They remember how he was presented in Civil War. They're like, yo, this dude's a badass. That's probably what they had to do with Blade. That's probably what they have to do with Blade. Because if not, I mean, I don't know. Because this is not working. This is not working. And Marvel has two top black superheroes, Black Panther and Blade. It was Blade was the first one before Black Panther came out and Civil War. But now Black Panther's still number one. I mean, Blade could go back to be number one if they do it right. And like I said, I think I would introduce Ali's Blade version into another film, then incorporate him to his own film. They were just giving people films left and right, like Oprah giving out cars, and not thinking, let's incorporate him like we did with Black Panther and see how the audience embrace him. Yes, there is an audience for Blade, but again, that audience hasn't seen Blade in so many years. I would put Blade in the next Spider-Man film and see how he's interpreted in that film and take it from there. And just take it from there. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe. Peace. Have a Johnson day. I'll see you guys next video.